Fish Your Dream 桃井の高見です。今日はですね、オーストラリアの代理店ブラックピート担当者でありますジェームスさんが来日したということで、ビッグゲームフィッシングについて詳しく聞いていきたいと思います。Okay, so you fish a lot, is
I
it?
fish a lot in Australia. I've fished around the world, but I love Australia fishing there. We're based in Sydney, so do a lot of game fishing.
In Sydney.
All sorts of fishing. I like all sorts of fishing, but my passion is game fishing.
Oh, right,
so
right.
marlin, pelagic fish, sharks, tuna, that sort of thing, yeah.
So how often are you actually out on the water?
Probably too much, my wife says, but I'm basically out there like as many weekends as I possibly can. I probably fish maybe 50 days a year.
50 days a year?
Yeah. I have friends that fish 250, 300 days a year, but
50 days.
I have to work, so, you know, I can only fish so many days.
Okay, right. Okay. And Australia is huge countries.
Yeah, it's very large,
There must be several iconic famous place for game fishing.
Well, the place that's probably most famous Australia-wide, even though there are many good places like this, would be Cairns.
Oh, Cairns.
So Cairns is where people come every year from all around the world to chase the elusive 1000-pound black marlin.
Oh, black marlin.
So
okay.
So you go out up to Ribbon Reefs, up off Cairns and Cooktown.
Okay.
And that's the place. Like whether you're from in Australia or you might live in America or Japan, that's like what a lot of people's on their bucket list. So there's many places in Australia that are really good, like Exmouth as well, with the blue marlin, and you know you can get a lot of different species, but that's probably the one that sticks out the most.
Okay.
But then as you move down the coast, like you go into down the east coast, you go down to Queensland and stuff like that, like in that area, Brisbane. Then you can catch black, blue, and striped marlin. More probably blue and more black. Down off Fraser Island, we catch a lot of small black marlin, which could be as small as 10 kgs. You know, like little ones like that.
Okay. Is it like same like trolling boat?
Yeah, you can troll baits or you can troll lures, depending depending on the bait and the sort of species around there. You'll have different lure sizes and all that sort of thing. So you can try that. Then there's like places like Exmouth and that where you can catch black, blue, stripes, sailfish, and you can catch those all in one day, which is a grand slam. And then Port Stephens as well, which you've probably heard about too, which is in New South Wales. Once again, you can catch black, blue, stripes. There was quite a few sailfish this year, and most of those places have tuna in that as well.
Oh, tuna as well.
Yeah. So down at the top bit of Australia, maybe mainly recreational, mainly yellowfin tuna. But then as you get down to Victoria and that, which can be very good in South Australia and Tasmania, that's where a lot of guys go. For instance, the broadbill, the swordfish, but they also go for the southern bluefin tuna. Which is very popular. Yeah.
And you mostly go to Cairns, did you say?
No, Cairns is mainly for the big black marlin. Yeah. That sort of thing. So you catch many other species there, and you've got to catch the bait. Sometimes you use 40-pound baits to catch the fish. They're that big. 1000-pound marlin are very large fish. So Yeah. So everyone always wants to catch as big a fish as possible. So that's the place to go.
Okay. What's the season? Do they have
the season is basically from they start fishing from September to sort of start of September to the start of December mainly, even though they do catch from either side, but that's the main time,
Okay, so Australia is the other side of Japan, so the seasons are completely different.
Completely different,
opposite, I would say.
Different water currents and all that sort of stuff,
So September to December, which is hot?
Yeah, it's warm up there. Cairns is pretty warm all year round. So most of Queensland is warm, but Cairns it very rarely drops during the day below 26 degrees. So it's warm, very consistent. This time of the year now, leading into like out, you know, the Australian summer, it can get very, very hot up there. So
right.
too hot. So that's why quite often it's good to fish prior to that. Yeah.
Okay.
But sometimes there'll be 40 different game boats out there fishing. So yeah, it's good fun.
Okay.
Yeah, and beautiful because at the ribbon reefs where all the coral and everything is.
So
So
Great
not,
Barrier Reef.
Great Barrier Reef. So you got the ribbon, so you can go diving.
Such an amazing place.
And you can also go there and catch your bait fishing, like you can catch GTs, dogtooth tuna,
Okay.
or your mackerel, all that sort of stuff. So good eating fish, but also like good fish to catch, good fun sports fish to catch.
Right. Okay.
So it's a very satisfying place to fish.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wanna go.
Yeah.
About black marlin, did you say the biggest black marlin you can aim is Cairns?
Yeah.
What's the biggest one?
Well, the biggest one in Cairns, I think is just over 1,400 pounds. It's been caught, like you know, on IGFA rod reel is about 1,400 pounds plus. And then, but this year's been a lot of big fish. A lot of guys caught multiple fish over 900 pounds this year. So there's a lot of fish caught over 1,000 pounds this year.
Wow.
Some guys did very, very well this year. A lot of the fleet, very good big fish here. Because what happens, the reason they're all there that time of the year, all the big marlin is a small, that's where they come to breed. So quite often you can see like a big marlin, for instance, coming down a wave at the back where your baits are, and you can see a whole lot of smaller marlin come in as well because they're breeding. So that's the time of the year that they always know that they're there, and that's where the big ones come in, the females. And then you get the males around it. So it's pretty cool. Very cool.
How long do you take to get one big one?
Well, some people are surprised. Sometimes you can get 1,000-pound marlin in 5 minutes. Sometimes it might take a couple of hours. Because a lot of the time they might have eaten a big bait, and then with some very skillful boat driving and crew and all that sort of stuff, they'll be reversing back up on the fish, and they'll be there before the fish even knows it's hooked sometimes because they're so big. They'll have it on the leader, getting it jumping on the back of the boat on the leader. And but other times, you know, especially if you catch them on a lure, because you're hooking them in the side of the mouth, lures can take a little bit longer. But I would say the normal fight for guys catching 900-pound plus fish there would be, on average, 20 minutes.
Oh, 20 minutes.
Yeah. With some longer, obviously some shorter.
Could
All
be
depends on the fish.
More than 1 hour.
Yeah, I know guys this year that were 4 hours on a fish. Like so, it all depends on the individual fish. Yeah. And it's pretty cool because, you know, they like the good thing about black marlins is quite often they jump at the back of the boat. So I always say when it comes to Cairns, if you go there, you'll nearly go there every year. Once you see one of those big black marlin jump at the back of the boat, right there, you get hooked and you go every year after that. Keep wanting to see that thing again, you know, that beast at the back of the boat. It's very exciting.
Okay, right.
Yeah. So a lot of people go there and pay lots of money and that because it's so good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering why they use the IGFA line, not the classic.
Well, they use the IGFA. Well, not everyone uses IGFA line, but a lot of people use the IGFA line in case they do get that record.
Oh, yeah.
Like the record actually at the moment for a black marlin, I think is 1,605 pounds, and it's actually caught in Peru. In all honesty, Australia should probably hold that record because for various reasons, but you know, guys will use IGFA line, so when they do get that record one day, which I'm sure Australia will do, it will go through and it won't break over. So that's why, you know, Momoy is good because it won't break over when they test it. You can be very reliable that you'll get it to the boat.
So they are all ready for the record.
They're hoping to. Hoping to. Yeah.
And what pound test of line?
They use 130 pound there.
130 pound.
But in saying that, this year they had guys flying over from America and other places hiring out boats or bringing in some cases some of their own crew. They use 30 pound and 50 pound because they're trying to get that record as well, whether it's a male or female. So like girls will go over there, try and get records on, normally your line classes are 15 kilo, 30 pound, 24 kilo, 50 pound, 37 kilo, which is 80 pound, or 60 kilo, which is 130 pound. So they're your normal weights that go over there. But all depends on what the charter wants, because the guys, all the guys there will accommodate for it. But if you were just going to go over to Cairns and go, I want to catch a giant black marlin, it'd be all 130 pound outfits, 60 kilos.
All right. Would you tell me what tackle do you use for big game fishing? A reel, rod?
Yeah, well, like normally with the reels, they generally use, like generally in Australia, they use like a 130 pound Shimano Tiagra. So that's the 130 Tiagra. They're very robust, strong. They can take a lot of drag. And with the rods, they use custom rods. So you're always sitting in a chair generally.
Yeah.
But guys will use other like stand-up tackle if they want to go and chase some of the lighter line classes. But if you're going to go there, most guys will sit in a chair. So you've got a big chair rod, whether it's really good rods like Ian Miller's or something like that. They'll use a nice strong rod that they can put maximum pressure on it, because sometimes you're fishing 30 kilos of drag, which is a lot of drag, can pull you up out of the seat. So you've got to be, knowing what you're doing sort of thing. Otherwise it can be dangerous, but you've always got the deckhands and that there to talk it through with you. So it's very enjoyable, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
And lures?
They don't use lures that much in Cairns. They use them more like when they're doing the fishing, like off the back of Cairns. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you mean, bait?
Yeah, they use baits. Yeah, big baits.
Okay. What
like
kind
big
of
tuna? Yellowfin tuna, dogtooth tuna, mac tuna, all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So before you go.
Yeah, catch the baits, fresh baits.
Okay,
yeah.
First, and then
they put the hook in the front. Normally a big circle hook, and then normally they have one swimming, like which is quite often a scad, which is a smaller bait fish. But when I say small, it's that sort of size. And then we swim. Then they have like one on the like a skipping one. So you can imagine when the fish comes up, and there's a fish skipping on the surface, a big fish, like you get this big bite, like really close to this marlin. It's pretty cool to watch. As far as the crew on the boat each day, there's two deckies.
Okay.
And then there's the skipper. That's always minimum when you're doing that form of fishing. So you've got the guy at the top, two deckies. The deckies, like it depends on the guy that's hiring at the boat. Some guys want to hook themselves. Other guys, the deckies will hook it and pass it over. It all depends on the individual.
Okay.
So you'll have the fish on. The cats will be driving the boat. The deckies will be making sure your chair gets swung around so it's pointing towards the because they get some serious angles because they do certain things to bring the fish up the boats and that, so they have it on certain angles. So but when it gets close to the boat, basically you have one guy grab the leader, which is like wrapping the leader to bring the fish in. So it will go, you'll have your mono line, then it'll go to the swivel. So as soon as your swivel grabs the rod tip, they'll have about 25 foot of trace. They grab that with their gloves on and they bring it towards the boat. And that's quite often when they like, you've got to be very skillful what you do, but quite often that's what will jump up and they hold it. You get some really cool video footage, really cool photos. And then quite often the other deck will come behind and cut it off. And then once they cut it off, it depends how much the guy wants to hold on to it, get some cool photos, and then they'll let it release. To swim another day, then baits out, try and catch another one.
Wow. Do you do skippers as well, or are you in
I do, but not so much up there, in Sydney I do. Yeah, a lot of the guys up there, very, very good. Like I've got a lot of good friends up there that are very good skippers. There's some very good fishermen up there.
Oh, I see.
A lot of those guys have done it for a long time and that's their living, so they are they are at the top of their game. Like there's not too many people I can imagine that are much better than them because
must have
not only are they catching the big black marlin, like a lot of those guys are going and doing other fishing throughout the season, whether it's blue marlin or smaller marlin, so they're very, very good. Yeah.
Like a good part and scaring part.
Yeah, but adrenaline's part of it. Like adrenaline, like for instance, the guy in the leader, the guy that's going out there, he's going out there to make money and work, and those guys work hard. They're up at 5 in the morning and they go to sleep at sometimes 12 o'clock at night. It depends on the charter, and they've got to be on their back deck day. And so a lot of those guys, yeah, they're going there to make the money, but they're going up there to get the adrenaline of the fish jumping on the leader and stuff like that. That's what they're there for. So,
I see.
So yeah, adrenaline. Yeah, so like whether they're working or they're the customer, and the same thing with the skipper. Everyone is there for a reason because they really enjoy it. You know, yeah, it's pretty good fun. You have professional crews, professional guys because they've done a lot of years up there where that, like, you know, a lot of the guys that are the skippers, they've been downstairs prior. They might, like, whether they're learning how to bring the boats into the anchorages at night or knowing the reef or knowing what to do. A lot of those guys, they don't just end up being a skipper. So you can work out exactly, you know, the best way to keep yourself safe and all that sort of thing. But it's definitely dangerous. It is dangerous. There's no doubt about it. But that's part of the adrenaline. Yeah.
Okay.
Dangerous things are good, like bungee jumping. You know, you just got to do it. It's fun. Yeah.
Tell me the departure time and coming back time. The time you come back from the boat.
Oh, well, when you come at the end of the day there, normally you'll fish to sort of like just before dark, but you've got to come in at the reef there because when you come in, you've got to see there's all coral bommies, so because it's a Great Barrier Reef. So a lot of guys have got it marked up on their GPS, but you come back in there, get your anchorage. Generally what happens is that the skipper who's been upstairs all day, where there's been the tower or the bridge, he'll come down, he'll do a few things he needs to do upstairs, and he'll come down and he'll mingle with the clients and that. And then the other two guys will be like, you know, washing the boat down, that sort of stuff, getting the tackle, and then that's what I mean, it's hard work. Then those guys will be straight on to prepping dinner. And then they do that, clean up, and sometimes they get to relax after dinner or have a bit of luck, but sometimes you get guys that want to fish all night, because you can fish all night. You know, a lot of sharks at night, but you can catch other good species at night.
Do they have biting time?
Yeah, the best biting, generally with game fishing, in Australia and most places, in all honesty, would be the tide change. Tide change is when you'll get marlin or tuna biting the best. So sometimes we get, in Australia, one tide change in a day. Sometimes we get two. It just depends how the day is and when you're out there.
Okay.
Some guys use double hooks. When I say that, you've got one here.